Good morning, Exeter. Good morning. My name is Kelly Liu. I'm a 3-year upper day student. The Lamont Gallery, the Class of 1945 Library, and the Office of Multicultural Affairs is hosting an exhibit called Sing Our Rivers Red. It's curated by the poet Tanaya Winder in order to raise awareness for the missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada and the United States. It's located in the Library Commons. It's going to be open for a week, and we invite you to come and see it. If you'd like to know more about the missing and murdered Indigenous women, there's a moving screening of Highway of Tears. It's a documentary that discusses the epidemic of violence against Indigenous women. It's on Monday night, 6:30 to 7:30 in Mayor Auditorium. And there's going to be a short discussion and opportunity to ask questions with Ms. Lucero. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Exeter. We have an awesome double header of an assembly this morning. Both things absolutely wonderful. And the first one is short but fantastic. And that is the annual assembly where we honor early educators. This is a program that we've had in place for 10 years. You, as students, get to nominate teachers from your past who have been especially influential, who you feel have made a tremendous difference in your life, whose legacy you carry forward when you come to Exeter. And there is a selection committee that chooses from amongst all those wonderful teachers and invites them to campus to spend a couple of days at Exeter with their student. So it's a wonderful way for Exeter to say thank you to all the teachers who have sent all of you here, and to reflect on the importance of teachers in our lives. And I am really thrilled and honored that today all of the students who are going to introduce their teachers are here, and you guys are going to introduce each of your teachers, correct? Yes. So great applause for early educators. Thank you all.
Hi, I'm Tessa Vaquero. I'm a 4-year senior in Amon Hall. And this is Mrs. Fernandez. She was my 6th and 8th grade social studies teacher.
Hi, I'm Lydia Wickard. I'm a 2-year senior in Wheelwright. And this is my 7th grade Spanish teacher, Miss Wood.
I'm Anna. I'm a prep day student. I'm Ingrid. I'm also a prep day student. And this is our middle school guidance counselor, Mrs. Felch.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm an upper in Kirtland House. And this is Mr. Billish, my freshman, sophomore year English teacher.
Hey guys, I'm Quinn Hickey. I'm a 4-year senior in Langdale. And it is my pleasure to introduce Lisa Rowland and Ted DesMaisons. Today, Lisa, they are both Stanford graduates. Lisa is an actor who teaches at Stanford, and Ted is an improv educator and mindfulness coach and founder of Anima Learning. And together they teach a combination of improv and mindfulness. And they will have a show at 8 today in Fisher Theater. Students can check out to go. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. It's so lovely to be here.
Good morning, yeah.
I would like to take a moment to thank Mrs. Betty Metler, my 3rd grade teacher, who did a lot for me while we're thanking teachers who got us going in the right direction. She was a big part of my life, so now you know.
And I'll go with Mr. Harris, my 6th grade teacher.
Cool, there we go.
Yeah, Mr. Harris.
Give it up for Mr. Harris.
So, my name is Ted DesMaisons,
Oh, I'm Lisa Rowland.
and we'd like to start with an exercise, if you would. If you could all stand up real quickly.
Oh, God. This is amazing.
So, this one's real simple. I'd just like to invite you to cross your arms, if you would. And now, if you've ever taken a public speaking class, this is probably the last suggestion your teacher will give you, to have your audience cross their arms. You guys look like you're really interested in what we're talking about. But I'd like you to do this. Change arms. Put a different arm on top. And go back again. Go back to regular. And then change them again. Yeah. You can go ahead and sit down.
You gonna open them up?
Now, my guess, for how many of you did that feel awkward to change it? Yeah, and like you almost couldn't find it, right? That's because you're trying to do something new that you don't normally do. It's a little bit uncomfortable, and your brain is making sense of something. My hope is that during this little bit of time we've got together, that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to share something with you. Maybe it'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but maybe your brain will be processing something in a new way.
Great. So Ted and I, as Quinn mentioned, we are improvisers. We come from the world of improvised theater, improvisational theater. And we were here last year. We did an assembly about failure and yes and. Did anybody remember that? Yeah, some of you remember that? Great. Oh, that's nice. We're so happy to be back here, and our plan is to share with you a little bit more about the value that we have gotten from our lives and training in improvisation, in hopes that it may help you frame what comes next for you at whatever stage of your journey you're on. Because we are improvisers, we figured that it would not do very well for us to have this perfectly planned out. So we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and we're going to improvise something for you right now by way of an introduction. So what you are about to see is entirely unrehearsed. We talked about the fact that we're going to do this, but we didn't talk about what we would do within it. So let's see how that goes. We're going to give you a little bit of an introduction to what we might be talking about, but we're going to do it one word at a time. All right? We're going to go back and forth. You'll see how that works. Let's try it, okay?
So,
we
would
like
to
share
with
you
this
bit
of
wisdom.
When
You
have
a
opportunity
to
seize
the
day
do
it
even
when
that
opportunity
is
not
what
you
expected
it
to
be.
it
Might
be
a
new
opportunity
that
surprises
you
with
delight. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for witnessing that. We were like, well, we don't know if that's going to work, but let's give it a shot. So we have practice at doing the thing that you just witnessed us exemplifying or embodying, which is sharing control. Both Ted and I knew that neither one of us would have control over where that went, but we knew that we would both just be able to take the next step down the road. And we're trained at doing that. Improvisers are trained at how to accept our partner's input and build upon it.
most education, and I would guess some of your education here, trains us to be in control, to teach us that we're the master of our own destiny. If we set goals and go at them systematically, we can achieve them, get them done, and do great things in the world. Right? And even if you might feel like you're not doing that, maybe you feel like you should be doing that. And so we have a little bit of unfortunate news to share with you, which is that you're never entirely in control.
But we also have some good news to share with you.
Thank
God. And the good news is that you are not in it alone. That idea that you are the master of your own destiny is nice because you feel like, well, maybe I can decide where I'm going and go there. But it also can be a little bit scary because it means it's all on you. But you're not alone. You are getting constant input from the world around you, from the people around you, the places, and life, reality. Reality gives you offers, and you can decide to accept them or not.
Okay, so we want to try this with a little game. Before we do the game, I need to teach you something that I learned at summer camp, and it's this. I'm holding up this is the American Sign Language for I love you. It's the letter I, the letter L, and the letter Y. I love you. And if you see me do this, or Lisa, it will mean I love you, and please kindly be quiet. And so, if you see me do this, then you can stop talking and raise your hand so that other people can see you. So let's just try that. Talk amongst yourselves, if you would, just whatever about the day, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Lovely. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got that. So we prefer to do that rather than trying to yell over you. But so now I'm going to ask you to turn to somebody next to you so that you're in a pair. Okay? And we're going to invite you to do a little word at a time exercise. And so in just a moment, you'll want to hear these directions because they're wicked important. In just a moment, we're going to invite you to do a word at a time, writing a letter to a customer service department. You don't know what maybe it's a problem, maybe it's a
praise. It could be praise
that you want to give them. We'll find out. You'll find out.
You'll discover it with your partner.
And it will look something like this.
To
whom
it
may
concern.
My
cat
has
choked
to
death
on
your
little
zipper.
And then we would go on to explore that and explain what our concern
Explain about
was.
the zipper maybe, or the cat.
Okay. So you're going to write that customer service letter together, one person at a time, only one word, and just notice what that's like to try to do that. Go for it.
Sweet. All right. So now you've written a letter. Maybe some of you haven't completely finished it. Maybe some of you have. In a moment, you're going to write, you're going to do it again, but you're going to write a response to that letter from the customer service representative that you were just addressing. All right? So you're going to write a response. What would the response be? But here's the adjustment that I'd like you to make. It's a little mindset shift, which is I'm talking to you, have been blessed with the most brilliant partner in this room. Your partner is the most brilliant. They can't help but spit mad wisdom, all right? Everything that they say is the perfect word. Some of it you saw coming and it's perfect. Some of it is totally unexpected and it's perfect. And so all you can do is like keep throwing words out because you just want to get more wisdom from them, all right? Their input is just the input that this letter needed, all right? So put yourself in that mindset. Look at your partner, raise your eyebrows a little bit, and begin.
Get feedback about what they hopefully that was fun for you and you got that resolved to the customer's satisfaction.
Got that item resolved. Maybe not. Maybe not.
If we had more time, we would spend some time to parse out just what happened there and to ask you to think about what did you do to contribute to make that work better? What are the choices that you made, the ways that you listened or the ways that you offered something that made that work? But we'll invite you just to sort of register that for yourself right now. My guess is that you were contributing, that what happened wouldn't have looked like it did if you weren't there, but that you couldn't control it. Probably your partner surprised you with something and you had to take a fork in the road and go down a new one. Am I correct in that? Yeah.
Sometimes you got surprised.
Yeah.
So improvisers, this is the skill set. This is part of the skill set of the improviser. We are constantly looking for offers from our partner. We are constantly looking for ways to accept the offers from our partner, to accept our partner's offers and build on our partner's offers, to believe that they are brilliant. So what if, here's the challenge we have for you, what if we replaced the word partner with life? Whoa. Things just got deep, you guys, they just got deep. What if your job was to look for the offers that life gives you, to accept the offers that life gives you, and to build on the offers that life gives you?
Another way to think of it is, what if we are...
Yeah, how's that? How's that? They liked it.
What if in every moment we are creating a word at a time story with life? We make a choice, life makes an offer. We make an offer, life makes a choice. And this unfolds together in that same way.
And what it means is that we've got to accept the notion that we do not have all the information we need to know how the story could end. So we can't know what the end of the road looks like when we're taking our first step. We have to trust in some of that, I don't know, things will look different when I get there. I'll take this step, and then we'll see what new information I have. And it may mean a drastic shift in direction. We've got to be open to that possibility.
It could be scary. I'll share with you a story from my life. Up until about 2 years ago, I was teaching at Northfield Mount Hermon in Western Massachusetts. NMH. Yeah, I know. But I loved it.
We've lost him.
I know.
It's over.
I loved it. I loved working in a boarding school. I loved teaching religious studies and philosophy. I had a beautiful home that I lived in. I was in a great relationship. And I had this sense inside me that I needed to do something different. Life was suggesting to me that I needed to do something different. But I was really safe. I didn't know what to do, so I went to our mentor, the woman who taught us improvisation at Stanford. Her name is Patricia Ryan Madsen. And I asked for her advice. And she said, you know, the great thing, Ted, is that you don't need to know the end of the story. You just need to figure out what comes next. You need to tell the next word. Yeah. And so I said, okay, I don't know what else there is. I know I need to go to California. That's what my heart is telling me to do. I've done that. And in the 2 years since, there have been times of loneliness and challenge. There have been times of exhilaration and possibility. But I feel like the life I'm living is my own life, is the one that life would have for me. And things are happening now in a way that I couldn't have predicted. It's really fun.
Yeah. So it does raise the question of, what if life gives you something you don't want? How are you supposed to build on something going wrong? So I would like to tell you a brief story from my life, which deals with that exact thing. In 2005, I graduated from Stanford as a theater major, as a drama major, drama and psychology, but I knew I wanted to be an actor. I knew I wanted to spend my life in theater. And so I went to pursue my MFA. And I auditioned for a whole bunch of grad schools to get my Master's of Fine Arts in Acting and grow a network and get some bit more chops and go in that direction, be a professional actor. So I auditioned for about 8 grad schools and got rejected from every single one. And I had been led to believe I was pretty good at this, right? That was the identity that I had built, that life had helped me build. I was like, I'm good at this. I'm used to succeeding at this. I'm used to getting positive feedback for this. I'm skilled, I'm good, I'm talented. So this is gonna be fine. Everything else has been fine so far. And it sucked, you guys. It was really painful because this was kind of what I had set my sights on. This was the obvious next step. It's just what I wanted. And that's what success looked like to me. So I was feeling like a failure. Like, what did this mean now for my identity, given that I wasn't getting this feedback that I was really expecting to get, that I thought I should be getting? And so believe it or not, I went to our mentor, Patricia Ryan Madsen, who's like a wise lady, and I said, I don't know what to do, and I'm not sure how to think about this. And she said, well, what if nothing's wrong? What if you look for the opportunity in staying here? What if there's something here for you to notice that you wouldn't have gotten from there? What if this is actually a gift? And so I was like, okay, so I'm just going to let go of this idea that I'm a failure for a second and be here. And eventually I got an invitation a few months later, probably 5 months later, I got an invitation to audition for Bats Improv, which is an improvisational theater company that I'm still a part of. And it has led me on this road that has taken me around the world, teaching and performing, taken me to places like this, to partnerships like the one that I have with Ted, and back to Stanford University as faculty, which is crazy to me. And all of that, now, great, faculty at Stanford is great. It's not that I've made it. It's not that, great, now I've done it. Now I have success and I'm set. I'm still open. Life might give me another offer tomorrow, which could shift my direction drastically, and I'm open to that. My job is still to notice what's coming at me. But it's a helpful thing to remember that something that looks like a failure in this moment might just be life's next word that you've got to build on.
This notion that everything can be an offer is one that we'd love to leave you with. That even our disappointments, what's there? And this is where this kind of mindfulness practice comes in. If I can be curious and kind with myself about what is in front of me, what has happened with me, there might be an opportunity there for another kind of story to unfold. And that's kind of what we'd like to invite you to explore in your own life.
Yeah. So I think in closing, I think we wrap it up.
And we might have just a moment or two for some questions. We'll see.
Yeah. But I just want to note that making goals and pursuing them is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. To decide what you want, what you think you want, and go for it. Absolutely. And it could be that if you single-mindedly and with laser-like focus pursue the thing you've decided you want, you very well might get it. And then you will get to the place that you thought you'd get to. Awesome. And that could be totally awesome. And what we're suggesting is that if you take a step in that direction while remaining open to what life might bring your way and what offer life might give you, you may find yourself on a more winding path full of surprise and delight and unexpectedness and some challenge and difficulty and loneliness, some confusion, but probably,
And it's probably also going to have some more vitality, some more sense of urgency, some more sense of excitement, and participation.
And truth to what's really happening in the moment. It requires some trust, but my guess is that you'll have a better time. My guess is you'll have a better time that way. And I think life is about having a good time. That's my bottom line motto there. Is have a good time. Have a good time.
With life.
With life, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what
We'd love to invite, we've got 2 microphones here. We've probably got time for 2 questions. You know what, I'm going to make a call here. Let's not use the microphones. If there are 2 questions, we'll do one at a time. If there's a question that somebody has about what we've said here today, we'd love to answer it or to offer reflection.
Anybody have a question? Doesn't have to be good.
Yes.
I think you have pretty good words about how to respond to a very unexpected negative course of action.
Yeah.
Do you have anything specific to say about how to respond to a positive windfall, which you didn't necessarily expect from but advantageous way to go?
Thank you. So the question was, we said some things about how to respond if something negative happens. What if we have a windfall, something great happens? Interesting question. For me, the thought that comes to mind is the same equanimity in response to it. To say, here's an offer. It looks like it's really great. And so I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to savor it. I'm going to take my time with it, really experience the fullness of it, while also recognizing probably this too will pass. And then I'm still ready for the next offer.
Yeah, don't get attached to it.
Yeah,
but love it is great.
Absolutely.
If good things are happening, let the good times roll, you know?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
One other question?
Anything else?
Yeah, if you would, nice and loud.
Yes. In light of Earth Day, can you improvise an Earth Day thing?
Yes. Improvise an Earth Day thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Earth Day poem?
An Earth Day poem. One word at a time?
We'll do a line at a time?
let's do a quick word at a time poem. Yeah.
Or this will be a word at a time Earth Day poem.
Yeah, great. Mother
Gaia.
We
Salute
you
with
earnestness,
and
glory.
our
Main
purpose
here,
on
earth, your
land
is
to
protect
you,
and
nourish
you.
with
Earnestness,
and
glory. Yeah.
it's a nice suggestion. Yeah.
That delighted us.
Peter, can you put our slide up?
We've got a couple of announcements. Quinn mentioned we've got a show tonight at Fisher Theater at 8 p.m. We're going to do some improv. We're going to do some improvised scenes and things. So yeah.
We would love to see you there. Would love to see you there. We recognize that this is the first night of Passover. Some of you will be at a dinner. It should be enough time. If you can't make it, it also should be live streamed. We also want to let you know we just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Released our podcast. So it's called Monster Baby. And if you want to hear us talk about mindfulness and improvisation, you can go to monsterbabypodcast.com, or you can go to iTunes or Google Play. We'd love to stay connected with you and to learn more. But subscribe, and you'll get to hear us talk on forever.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful to see you. Have a great morning.
Oh, senior class.